Hi, everyone. Oh, it's great to see my friends here. And so are you full of tech city energy or a bit tired? I think I've got very good news that after my presentation, there is only one panel, two other presentations, and the end of the track, and the end of the conference. Are you happy? No, of course not. Of course not. I have promised not to exceed 9 minutes, but so keep your fingers crossed. But looking at the title of the presentation you've got here, it definitely crossed one's mind that I've just made a mistake and I should have presented this topic yesterday at the Industry 4.0 track. Because we've got here Industry 4.0, Industrial Internet, and the question hardware, software, all. So how we can deal with smart city. But I will try to explain how these things are strictly connected, and I will try to explain how proper definition and finding what is behind these terms, behind this definition, what ideas, how it can improve pace of adoption of Industry 4.0 and smart city solutions. Okay, great. It's really very important answer we are looking for. We all know that we live in revolution or evolution 4.0 times. I prefer to say evolution. This term is not so dangerous as revolution because having something being revolutionary, it sometimes constrains parties from adopting such kind of things. Okay, so let's find smart city here. Having this in mind that we are in such a big moment of history, we need to know that, and we should know, that we live in tangle of these revolutionary terms. Industry 4.0, the term which was brought by German government in 2011 during Hanover Messe. Industrial IoT, industrial internet, coined by General Electric, Internet of Everything, coined by Cisco. Fourth industrial revolution, we are hearing about fourth industrial revolution from yesterday. Okay, but good news that there is some gravity force in this crazy space. And we've got some connections between Industry 4.0 and Fourth Industrial Revolution. Industry 4.0 and Industrial Internet. Industrial Internet and Industrial IoT. And then, at the end, Internet of Everything. Okay, so let's take a closer look at these definitions, terms, and connections. Okay, we all know that fourth industrial revolution, Industry 4.0, it's not the future, it's just necessity for competitiveness. And okay, having in mind Industry 4.0, it was definitely from the very beginning connected with smart factory, with smart manufacturing, but nowadays we've got this term, this definition, which is a bit wider understood. It's smart transportation, smart logistics, smart buildings, and smart cities. So everything what is smart. There is plenty of different definitions of what the Industry 4.0 is. I like very much this McKinsey Industry 4.0 is the next phase in the digitization driven by data, volumes, and so on and so on. But fourth industrial revolution, it's a bit wider term. especially from this famous World Economic Forum in Davos 2016. And it's understood as a new technologies that are fusing the physical, digital, and biological world. Okay, so we need to understand fourth industrial revolution as something broader than Industry 4.0. It's a systemic transformation with impact on civil society, governance structures, human identity, everything. This is fourth industrial revolution, something much wider than Industry 4.0. Sometimes these terms are interchangeable. Okay, we've got now Industry 4.0 and Industrial Internet. Okay, so Industry 4.0, we know that is connected with fourth industrial revolution, and we've got here, and you see on the slide that it is very often perceived as a convergence of 9 digital technologies. Different technologies, not only strictly connected with internet. Whilst industrial internet, term which was coined by General Electric, why? Because Industry 4.0 was invented by Germans. So US General Electric need to invent their own way of seeing future. And here we've got in industrial internet 3 waves of industrial innovation. Okay, but in fact, let's see on the here on the bottom right side. This is convergence of global industrial systems with the power of computing, analytics, sensors, and connectivity and cybersecurity permitted by the internet. So in Industry 4.0, we've got some sort of techniques which are connected through the internet, but not only internet. Internet is, of course, the major part of it, but not only. In industrial internet, we are talking about connectivity permitted by internet. Okay, so we've got now industrial internet and industrial IoT. Okay, very often used interchangeably, but in fact, there is slight difference. In industrial internet, we very often think not only about all these things which were mentioned before, but we are thinking about processes, about people, about data, about algorithms, about process optimization and efficiency. This is something which is connected with industrial internet world. Whilst sometimes thinking about industrial IoT, industrial Internet of Things, we've got in mind hardware, data gathering, monitoring, predictive maintenance, so it's slightly connected with hardware. I don't want to say that it should be perceived in that way, but it is. So industrial internet is a bit broader term than only industrial IoT. Okay, but very often it is used interchangeably. But at the end, we've got industrial internet and industrial IoT. So on top of this, or on bottom of this, we've got Internet of Everything, coined by Cisco. The Internet of Everything is the connection of people, process, data, and things. And we've got here smart city. So we could now, in that way, unravel this tangle of these concepts and finding the place for smart city here. Okay, think about industrial internet as something what is connected with industrial IoT, almost the same, but plus data analytics, plus machine learning, plus cybersecurity. Okay, so this is something what is very important, and now I've got only 1 minute. Lesson almost learned by industrial companies. Those companies which are developing solutions which are then implemented or deployed by cities. Those companies which contribute to city ecosystem. And let's look on this, what they thought about these definitions, terms, concepts, ideas 1 year ago, 1.5 years ago. that fourth industrial revolution, big scary thing, don't know where it is going, hard to connect with concrete projects. Okay, everyone is talking about fourth industrial revolution, but better stay away from it. Industry 4.0, okay, great, but how to deal with it? How to start? From where? And industrial Internet of Things, hardware. This is what was thought by companies. It's just hardware, smart sensors to collect data. Industrial Internet, this is something interesting because it was about Internet backbone, infrastructure somehow, but also more complex scope than IoT, associated with software, algorithm, and data, and the point was, of course, where are these data? And Internet of everything, so everything is connected, same as IoT, but what connected and what for? Okay, what they learned, what is the current state? They learned that processes, this is crucial thing. It's all about processes and efficiency of processes and data. Data and such a absolutely sure that we've got plenty of data within different processes and only a small fraction of these data are used. So we should build a team with data scientists to examine how the usage of data can improve a process. How can it, let's say, build efficiency in some selected processes we choose. Sensors, connectivity, security, hardware, okay, but hardware is perceived now as only data enabler. This is data enabler. And so software and data, this is main value creator. Hardware just has to work. So I can tell it being electronics engineer, so I really appreciate hardware stuff, but in fact, it's all about data and software. So this is now the state of the conscious of thinking by industrial companies, by startups, by cities, city authorities. So hardware, software, or data. In smart city, we've got open data, citizens as data collectors, sensor data, and we observe that such an Industry 4.0 way of thinking is adopted by cities authorities, maybe only slower than we could expect. Okay, great, thank you.